Hello there, neighbor. It's such a good day to share a story, isn't it? Today our story is about two wonderful friends. Prince Kane was a kind boy with a smile as bright as the morning sun. He loved to wear his favorite tunic, the color of a summer sky, with shiny gold buttons. Princess Zoe was gentle and curious, and her heart was full of song. She wore a lovely gown that sparkled like 1,000 tiny dewdrops in a shade of pink, just like a rose. They lived in a happy castle full of sunshine and laughter, always ready for a brand new day. Now Kane and Zoe had a very special friend. This friend was not just any horse, oh no. Their friend was a unicorn named Twinklehoof. Twinklehoof was as white as a fluffy cloud, with a mane and tail that shimmered with all the colors of a beautiful rainbow. His horns sparkled with gentle magic, a soft, warm glow. He loved to eat sweet clover and listen to Zoe sing her happy songs. Twinklehoof was always ready for an adventure, especially with his best friends, Kane and Zoe. He would nuzzle them gently with his soft nose.
Today feels like an adventure day.
Oh yes, let's explore the Whispering Woods.
That sounds like a splendid idea. I am ready when you are. So they packed a little basket with juicy red apples and some sweet honey cakes, just in case they felt a little peckish on their journey. It's always good to be prepared, isn't it? Kane carefully helped Zoe onto Twinklehoof's strong, gentle back. Then he climbed up in front, holding the reins lightly. Twinklehoof took a proud step, then another, his hooves barely making a sound on the soft grass. The air was fresh and sweet with the smell of morning flowers. Birds were singing their cheeriest tunes from the castle walls. Kane and Zoe waved goodbye to the friendly castle guards, who wished them a happy and safe adventure. They were setting off on a journey, and they felt very happy and brave together. What do you think they will find? Soon they reached the edge of the Whispering Woods. It was called the Whispering Woods because the leaves on the tall trees always seemed to be rustling and sharing secrets with the wind. The trees were so tall, their branches like welcoming arms reaching up to the sky. Some leaves were the color of bright emeralds, others shone like rubies, and some even sparkled with the sapphire blue. It was a truly magical place, full of wonder and new things to see. Twinklehoof stepped carefully, his magical horn glowing a little brighter as they entered the cool shade. Sunlight dappled through the colorful leaves, making dancing patterns on the soft, mossy ground. It looked like a carpet woven with green and gold threads. Little flowers shaped like tiny bells grew beside the path. When a gentle breeze blew, the flowers chimed with the sweetest, softest music.
Oh listen, the flowers are singing to us.
Kane smiled. He loved seeing Zoe so happy. The air felt cool and peaceful here, different from the sunny castle garden, but just as lovely in its own special way. As they went deeper into the woods, the path twisted and turned. Sometimes it was wide and sometimes it was a little narrow, but Twinklehoof always knew the way. They saw ferns unfurling their fronds, like green feathers waking up from a sleep. Colorful mushrooms peeked out from beneath fallen leaves. Some spotted red and white, others a gentle purple. Kane pointed to a stream that gurgled nearby. The water was so clear they could see smooth, round pebbles at the bottom. It's wonderful to notice all the little details in the world around us, isn't it? Twinklehoof paused for a moment to drink from the clear stream. Kane and Zoe listened to the sounds of the forest. They heard the gentle coo of a wood pigeon and the cheerful chirp of a cricket. It was like a beautiful natural orchestra playing just for them.
This forest is so alive.
Zoe nodded, feeling a sense of peace and excitement all at once. They knew there were many more wonders to discover, and they were ready to see them all. Adventure is about discovering new things, and that's always a good feeling. As they continued their journey, they heard a tiny giggle.
Who could that be?
They looked around and saw a family of fluffy squirrels with bushy tails twitching merrily. The squirrels were chasing each other up and down a very tall oak tree, their little claws making soft scratching sounds. One little squirrel, bolder than the others, scampered down a low branch and chattered at them. It seemed to be saying, "Hello, welcome to our woods. Kane offered it a tiny piece of his honey cake, and the squirrel took it ever so gently. Making new friends is such a happy thing. Further along the path they met a wise old owl perched on a branch. The owl had big, round eyes that seemed to know many secrets of the forest.
Hoo-hoo, young travelers. It is good to see curious faces in our woods.
The owl told them that every plant and every creature in the forest had its own special part to play.
Even the smallest beetle is important.
Kane and Zoe listened very carefully. They learned that listening to others can help us understand so much more about the world. It's good to be a good listener. Then they came to a clearing filled with butterflies. Oh, such butterflies they were! Their wings were like stained glass windows, painted with every color imaginable. Bright yellows, deep blues, vibrant oranges, and soft lavenders. They fluttered and danced in the air like flying flowers. Zoe laughed with pure joy as one landed gently on her outstretched hand. It tickled a little. Kane watched, his heart feeling warm. Sometimes the most beautiful things are very delicate, and it's important to be gentle and kind with them. Twinklehoof seemed to enjoy the company of the forest creatures too. He would nuzzle the friendly deer that peeked out from behind the bushes and prick up his ears at the songs of the colorful birds. One little bluebird with a chest as red as a berry even landed on Twinklehoof's sparkling horn for a moment, singing a cheerful little tune. Kane and Zoe learned that day that kindness makes everyone feel welcome. When you're kind, kindness often comes right back to you like a happy echo, and that's a very good feeling indeed. As the afternoon sun began to cast long, gentle shadows, Kane and Zoe noticed a tiny sapling. It was a very small tree, no taller than Kane's knee, and it looked a little bit sad. Its leaves were droopy, and the ground around it was a bit dry and crowded with weeds.
Oh, the poor little tree. It looks like it needs some help to grow strong.
Kane nodded. He remembered what the wise owl had said about everything having its place and needing care. Even small things need a chance to grow. So Kane and Zoe decided to help. Gently they began to clear away the weeds from around the little sapling, making sure not to disturb its tiny roots. It was like they were tidying up a little room for the tree to breathe and stretch. Then Kane remembered the water flask they had with them. He carefully poured a little water onto the dry earth around the sapling's base. It wasn't much, but he hoped it would help.
There you go, little tree. We hope this helps you grow big and strong.
They stood back and looked at the little tree. It already seemed to look a tiny bit happier, or perhaps it was just their hopeful hearts that saw it that way.
You know, growing takes time, doesn't it? And sometimes we all need a little help, just like this tree.
That's right, Zoe. And helping others grow makes us feel good too.
They learned that day that even a small act of kindness can make a big difference. It felt wonderful to help something so small and precious. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and purple, Kane and Zoe knew it was time to head home. Twinklehoof carried them gently back through the whispering woods, which now seemed to whisper goodnight. They felt a little tired, but their hearts were full of joy and new understanding. They had seen so many wonderful things and met so many friendly creatures, and they learned that growing, whether you're a person or a tiny tree, is a journey. It takes patience, care, and a little bit of sunshine and kindness from friends, and that's a lovely thing to remember always.